Hey guys, Nick Blanton here. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about moonlighting for freelancers. So if you're not familiar with the channel, my name is Nick Blanton and I teach people how to become a freelance marketer so that you can make more money and have more freedom. So today, moonlighting is our subject, and moonlighting, just to define it for you, is when you're working at night and on the weekends and things like that because you have a regular job, but you want to start freelancing and you're just kind of doing it as an extra thing, like a side hustle in the time until you're able to make enough money from it that you can quit your job and you can go full time into freelancing. So this is the way that most of my students actually get started, but it's not actually the way I got started. When I started, I had moved across the country to go start a church. And so I had to leave my job behind running a software company and all my income and everything like that. And, I had savings, a little bit of savings saved up. So, I thought I'd make it for a while, and I tried to use that and to start a new business. And, I did that for about 6 months, and I realized this isn't working. And even if it does, it's not going to be quick enough. And I'm probably going to go broke and get homeless before I'll be able to make enough money to do that. And at the time I had a new baby, and my wife had just become pregnant with our second baby on the way. And so, I had to do something fast. And at that time, I realized, man, I need to stop trying to start a new business and I need to start freelancing. And so I did have a little bit of success. I started building some websites because I had taught myself to build one for the church. And so I started doing that for a couple of friends who own businesses. And, I made a little bit of money with that. And then I kind of ran out. I had done some cold email marketing to try to find clients who would, pay me to build a website for them. And, I got a couple that way, but it was just enough to survive. But I mean, I was still like gaining debt. Like I was owing more and more each month, and I was just barely surviving. Right. And with a new daughter on the way, I had to do something quick. So, I had made enough, like a couple thousand, so I knew that something's possible from here. I just need to get better at it. And I knew that the thing that I spent the most time on was trying to find new clients. And so that wasn't working for me. So that's when I finally did what I'd been avoiding for over a year, which was to join Upwork. And I did that, and I found all these different types of businesses that are hiring people to help them do whatever. So some of it's marketing, some of it's software, some of it's customer support, like pretty much anything that can be done. And so I set up a profile there, and I began to apply to jobs, and I started getting some jobs. And that's where I really started to find some success, especially once I got in the right kind of marketing. So I had to work very quickly because I had no money, I had no job, and that was all I could concentrate fully on it. And, just because of my situation and being on the other side of the country and not having any friends or family around that could, loan me money and help me out and things like that, I had to work quickly, and I was very focused on making this work. And that can work for you and against you. I was also very desperate, which is a very bad place to be when you're trying to, have success with anything. But it can also work for you. So for me, it just happened to work out. I thank God for that. But most people, and if I was to do it now, like if I was still working that job now and I wanted to branch out and go into freelancing today, because I got 5 kids and a wife and a big house, all kinds of expenses. If I were to do that today, I couldn't just like quit everything and go full time into freelancing. I would think that'd be very dumb. Okay, so depending on where you're at in your life, if you live with your parents, if you can keep your bills like very low, you only got maybe a couple $100 a month, if you have a little bit of savings, something like that, maybe you can do that. But for most of you, moonlighting is going to be much smarter than jumping fully into it and just going all out because you've got other obligations and things to worry about. It's just generally smarter. Now, you're free to do what you want. If you want to be a freelancer and you want to go all the way in, go for it. But in general, I think it's a dumb idea, but everybody's different, right? So moonlighting is what I suggest. And with moonlighting, I had one student who, has been working in pest control for, like a decade or something. He got really good with it. He was doing sales, and, he could make some decent money with it. but he's just tired of the same thing over and over, and having to go out and work on jobs, and then also having to do the spraying and things like that. And he's just ready for a change. And so he started learning from me and learning how to get clients and freelance marketing and doing some of that, and started having some success. And he was doing this all while working his regular full-time job. And he began to well, he got his first client, and then he has many others that were asking him and to hire him, and he just had to turn them down, because it is a good idea to get success and have some success with a client before you go and try to replicate it to others. Because it's like, if you have 3 different things you're trying to do for different businesses, and you're trying to figure it all out at once, and you're working a normal job and all that, it can overwhelm you, and you could freak out and quit. You'd be like, man, forget all this, I'm just going back to my job, right? And so it's much better to focus on one, make that thing work, and then once you have success and your client's happy, go get another one, and continue that process until you have a few, and to where you get close. Maybe you're not all the way there. Maybe you're 50% of the way to what you make at your day job. Maybe it's 75%, whatever you're comfortable with. But you want to know that you have the ability to go find many other clients like the ones that you have. Not totally different stuff, the ones like the ones that you have. That way it's easy for you. You know that you're going to be able to have success with them, and to be able to go get more of them, right? So when you're in that position, it's a perfect time to quit. Just leave, just go out, and you're going to have so much success, and you'll be able to enjoy it as much as you want, right? And I had another student who, this was like a year ago, and he was like, man, like, I understand that in the future this could bring me a lot of freedom. I could have a lot more time and money and things like that, but like, I'm sacrificing right now to get that. Like, I want to spend time with my family. I want to do all these things with my family, and enjoy life now. And to put that off for the future just seems kind of foolish to me. And I can understand that, but I can also see the other side. And whereas maybe it's a 6-month period where you're like, I have to set aside some other things to be able to focus on this, so you can get yourself free, so you can get your freedom back. And then like, everything opens up to you. When you're stuck in a job and you're moonlighting at the same time, like, you're going to have a little bit of extra money, and the temptation is to go and spend that on, buy a new car, get a more expensive place and all this kind of stuff. Don't do that. Like, save up extra money, that extra money that you're making, continue to work and to make more. But at the same time, don't just like go back. Don't overwhelm yourself and go back into what you were doing before. Like, take it slowly, continue to build. Don't, like, you're gonna have to put some things to the side. I mean, most people, it's not putting your family to the side, it's not putting God to the side or anything like that. Most people, it's putting, watching those movies, the entertainment, sports, and things like that to the side. And I think we could all be okay if we just had a little bit less of that, at least for a while, And I love sports. I love jujitsu. I do it like every day. And for me, if that was what I had to give up for 6 months to be able to get my freedom back, to be able to get my time back, to be able to work from home or live anywhere on the planet that I want to, or spend more time with my kids or anything like that, like, it's more than worth it. Like, you couldn't imagine like the difference before and after. So to that student who, like, a year ago, he was afraid to take that leap, and then he just quit freelancing. Then I had another one that came much later and much quicker, able to just quit that, like Robert, within a few months, like, was making more than he ever did at his normal job, and got all the freedom. Now he's making more money than me, and just having a great time enjoying his life, right? So moonlighting, it may sound like a lot of work, it may sound like something that you may dread, but at the same time, it's going to give you so much freedom, and it's completely worth it. So yeah, I mean, I would definitely recommend that you begin to learn a skill, and start freelancing. Go get your first client, even if you're working a full-time job, even if you're working 50 hours a week. I know it might suck, but some things, you just got to let it suck for a while so that things will get better in the end, right? That you don't want to be stuck in that, mildly or pretty bad situation for your whole life. I'd rather make it worse for a while, but in the end, to have it so much better. So that's what freelancing can do for you. If you're new to freelancing, if you need to learn more about the subject and you just still don't understand all this stuff yet, then totally understand. I have an ebook you can download with a link below. It's called Why Freelancing is the Fastest Way to Make 100K Online. And you can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and have a Facebook group as well that you can join and continue to watch videos like this, learn more from me, and start your own freelancing career. Thanks, guys, and God bless.